The following presentation is made possible through the 12th Man Foundation.
Texas A&M has a rich heritage of academic and athletic excellence, and the 12th Man Foundation is proud of our student athletes who excel in both the classroom and their respective sports. By combining a demanding training schedule as an athlete with the dedication of a committed student, it is truly an outstanding achievement when these young men and women excel in academics and athletics. Their dedication is worthy of our support. Join the 12th Man Foundation in supporting education through athletics.
Try Exxon's lineup of high-performance gasoline. Exxon rely on the Tiger. For the Aggies on offense today, the split ends number 3, Tony Harrison. The offensive line from tackle to tackle, starting on the left side, Dexter Wesley, number 75. Tyler Harrison, the left guard, number 55. Chris Dowson's the center. He's number 68. Number 54, Calvin Collins at right guard. And the right tackle is number 67, Jason Matthews. The tight end is Greg Short. Quarterback is Corey Pullig. The fullback will be Cliff Gross, the halfback. Number 27, Greg Hill. The flanker is Brian Mitchell. For the Aggies defensively, left end is Sam Adams, number 95. He ran out, led the team, by the way, out onto the field from the locker room, and there's no sign at all of the ankle that kept him out of practice the first 3 or 4 days here in Dallas. The nose guard is Lance Teichelman. The right end is Eric England. The outside linebackers are Steve Solari and Antonio Shorter. The inside linebackers will be Jason Atkinson and Larry Jackson. The left cornerback is Aaron Glenn, and the right cornerback is Ray Mickens. You heard him on the pregame show a moment ago. The safeties are Michael Hurricane Hendricks and Junior White. The punter is James Bennett, and the kicker is Terry Venetoulias. For Notre Dame, number 8 is the split end. It's Clint Johnson. The left tackle is Aaron Taylor, the Lombardi Award winner. Mark Zatowski is the left guard. The center in place of Tim Ruddy will be Lance Johnson. Ryan Leahy is the right guard. The right tackle is Todd Norman. The tight end is a good one, Oscar McBride. The quarterback is Kevin McDougal. The fullback is 34, Ray Zeller. The tailback is Lee Becton. And the flanker is Lake Dawson. Zatowski, by the way, will not start today. Instead, they're going to start at that tackle position. The guard position will be Jeremy Akers. That's the offense for the Irish. Their defense includes Thomas Knights, Bryant Young, Jim Flanagan, Brian Hamilton, Justin Goheen, Pete Bursich, who's a good one, Bert Berry, Greg Lane, Jeff Burris, John Covington, and then Brian McGee will start in place of Bobby Taylor. And the coin toss, Dave Elmendorf.
Well, the Aggies started it off right for the new year. They won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will kick with the win to the Fighting Irish.
And we are awaiting the folks from NBC Television to get the go-ahead to referee Bill Richardson and this Pac-10 officiating crew today. What a great day. Absolutely ideal weather. Playing on the grass surface now in the Cotton Bowl. Terry Venetoulias has it teed up at the 35. Clint Johnson is the return man standing back at the 1. The wind will be at the back of the Aggie kicker. It's an end-under-end cruise kick, and about 3-4 yards deep. He'll return it from that point. Back to the 5 goes Johnson at the 10, knocked down at the 8-yard line.
Cole Reinertz.
Was it Cole?
Yes, it was. Our 12th man representative today takes him down about the 8-yard line. What great coverage on a high kick from Terry Venetoulias about 3 yards deep in the end zone.
So Cole, who will be wearing number 12, we talked to him in the pregame. He, well, of course, has been awarded the jersey number 83 in the event that he has to come into deep snap. He is back in that number 12 jersey today. So Kevin McDougal and the Notre Dame offense have it at the 8.5-yard line. The hash mark is to the left. The Aggies today may show them a different look. We'll get Dave to talk about that in a moment. Single setback, and it is a heavy eye. And they're going to run the option. It goes to Becton. And Becton turns the corner at the 10, out to the 15, out to the 20-yard line. Turned it right, got away from the first man at the 10-yard line. And then Eric England made the stop. Eric, the senior out of Sugar Land, who this season had 9 quarterback pressures. And on the very first play from scrimmage, Becton will carry for what, about 10.5 yards, maybe 11 yards out to the 20. Derek Mays and Adrian Jarrell are in a slot here to the left. That's two wideouts. Tight end McBride is to the right side. And it again will be Becton. Becton will pick up about 4 to the 24-yard line. Sam Adams on that stop. And that matchup on that side will be against Eric England. Now they have moved outside England. They have Lance Teichelman lined up. He's moved to the right away from the nose tackle position. McDougal now appears to be calling an audible. He has moved his fullback to the left. Here's Becton. Sprints to the left side, has a hole for a moment. He gets across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. He's brought down there by a member of the secondary, Mike Hendricks, and also Sam Adams coming from the left side over to the defensive right to help on that stop. And it will then be third down and about 2.5 facing Notre Dame. And it's an I formation with a slot to the right. Third down and about 2.5. It goes to Zeller, the big fullback, and he has the first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So a second first down in the ball game for Notre Dame. Antonio Shorter, one of the outside linebackers, over the middle to help out on that stop. Dawson goes to the right side. He is a flanker in that position. Derek Mays split into the left. And they run from an I. Zeller again is the lead back. The tailback is Becton. And it's play action, setting up to throw. Here's McDougal caught, quarterback sack back at the 25-yard line. Antonio Shorter will sack him on a first down and 10 from the 32-yard line, back at the 25. A loss of about 7 on the play. It will be second and 17. Second down and about 17 facing Notre Dame. Out of an I again. They'll hand off. That's an end around. Coming back to the left, it's Miller to the 30, to the 35, 40, and out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Junior White, the end around, will get a first down. It came from the right side. Mike Miller had just checked into the lineup, set up as a split in that direction. They had play action up the middle, and then McDougal stepped back and handed the ball to Miller, who proceeded up the sideline in front of the Aggie bench here on the near side for a Notre Dame first down at the 44-yard line. McDougal is a senior out of Florida. They are moving Dawson from right to left, and now he went back to the right side. The handoff to Becton. He tries the left side, and he gets to midfield. A pickup of 6. It will be second down and 4 coming. And the Aggies use Sam Adams that time on the stop. Second down and 4. They need the Aggie 46. Ball's at midfield at the 50. This is the first possession for either team. It goes to Zeller, the fullback. He's tripped up as he hits the 50-yard line and got 2 to the Aggie 48. They will face a third down and about 2. Tripped up as he hit the line of scrimmage at the 50. So the first time today, one offense will operate and the others into the field. But just 2 yards deep into the Aggie, on the Aggie side of the 50. And they will go with a light I with Zellers flanked out here to the right, just to the right of Becton, the tailback. Long count McDougal. And the Aggies had movement, and across the line of scrimmage will pop Lance Teichelman. He said that the tight end McBride moved. And if that's the case, then they will back him up 5 across midfield. And apparently it was Teichelman. Let's see, right now it's going to be the imagination of Lance Teichelman. Teichelman saying that McBride moved, and the officials disagree and will penalize the Aggies 5. Slot to the right, tight end to the left, short side of the field. It's an I formation. McDougal again apparently calling an audible. The Aggies are coming on a blitz, and the handoff goes to Zeller, the fullback, and he'll get to the 40 and pick up 3. Will be second down and 7 coming. And they'll go with a light I. McDougal now will shift them to a heavy I, moving the fullback from right to left, short side of the field to the left. And it's going to go to Becton. They'll keep it on the ground. He's across the 40. Hit, dropped down at the 38-yard line. Stayed inbounds. Clock will continue to roll. Eric England with a nice hit there on Lee Becton. Big play, third down, and perhaps a little less than 5. An I formation. Split in left, flanker right. Straight drop, play action. McDougal sets up, throws over the middle. Ball caught by Mays at the first down at the 21-yard line. Over the middle, Derek Mays, Junior White on the stop. And it's a first down Notre Dame, and they are driving here on this first possession of the ball game. First and 10. Ball is at the 21. Aggie into the field. I formation. Becton again, almost caught in the backfield. Now hits the 20, gets the 19-yard line. A pickup of 2 here. They tried the right side. The hash mark on the right was used to spot the ball on that first and 10 play. They face second now and about 8. Hash right. They have a slot to the left. The wide out, Clint Johnson way out here to the left side. Long count, McDougal. Play action. He'll run the option. He turns the corner. He has the 10. He has the 5. He has a touchdown, Notre Dame. They took that one in from their 8-yard line. They will march it 92 yards on that drive, and they take the initial lead in the game. Prior to the extra point, they lead here 6-0 with 8:01 to go in the first quarter of play. And now here's Pendergast with the point after. He is 45 of 48 this season in that department. His holder is Mela, the backup quarterback. The extra point is on the board, and Notre Dame leads 7-0. Well, let's see how they elect to kick the ball. Here's Pendergast. See if they try to kick it toward Mitchell. Of course, Mitchell's got great speed as well. It's going to be Leland at the 5, back to the 10, back to the 15. Good block there. Fell at the 20-yard line, across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And we look for good things here in this ballgame. He's had a great week's worth of work here in Dallas. And he dropped the snap from center, and he's going to be sacked back at the 14-yard line, maybe the 13. At the 14, he couldn't handle the snap from center. Picked it up and started to stumble, and then was dropped just inside the Aggie 15. So not a great start there. Ronaldo Wynn made that tackle. As we make a change, and out of the lineup will come Greg Hill, and into the lineup will be Rodney Thomas.
Well, you'd like to see a much better start than that. At least give us an opportunity to get positive yardage. Corey never controlling that snap, and Rodney in the ball game now. We're going to see a sweep to this slot side, I think. Here on 2nd and 17.
They'll come out with a light eye with a slot to the right side. It's the sweep. It's going to come to Rodney. He's looking for the corner. Can't get the block. He's tackled. He got a yard to the 15. It will be 3rd down. The Aggies will need about 16 or more for a first down. Ronaldo Wynn again. The end here on the left side will make that stop for Notre Dame. Corey has averaged 157 yards per game this year in passing the ball from the shotgun. He pumps. Now they throw a screen to the left side to Rodney at the 20, at the 25, at the 30, across the 30 to the 35. Screen left. Rodney Thomas, 35-yard line. He broke between 2 Notre Dame defenders back about the 20-yard line, and then it was clear sailing, and somebody got a hand on him. It was John Covington at about the 33, and he fell forward to the 35. So the Aggies get a big play out of Rodney Thomas, screen left.
Oh, they set this play up so well. Notre Dame coming with a 3-man rush and dropping 8 into that zone coverage, but they set it up well. They let Notre Dame drop deep, and then they got 3 or 4 linemen out in front of Rodney, and he picks up the first down. Big play for the Aggie offense.
And in the backfield now, Greg Hill returns, and it's play action. Now rolling to the left side. Is going to go to the tight end Shorp at the 40. Bulldog at the 44-yard line. Out of the secondary, John Covington again. Shorp just caught the pass as they rolled right. Nice pass from Corey Pullig to Greg Shorp. 17 receptions, 220 yards into the ball game today. 5:54 to go. First quarter, Notre Dame with a 7-0 lead. They scored on their first possession. This is the first possession for A&M. Aggies had to convert on a big 3rd down as they were facing a 3rd and 16, and they got the screen to Rodney Thomas. And now a 2nd down and a little more than a yard. Ball's at the 44 and a half, hash mark to the right side. And it will be play action again. Throwing over the middle once more. Intercepted and then dropped by Notre Dame. Incomplete. Trying to hit Shorp at the 35, and a nice play by John Covington. Rodney Thomas replaces Greg Hill in the backfield. 3rd down, a yard and a half. Ryan Mitchell in motion, left side. Long count Pullig. Handed off to Rodney. He has a first down and more at the 50. At the 45, Notre Dame into the field. Jeff Burris made the stop. Single setback, and he's flared off here to the right side. Gross is in that direction. Now Gross is in motion to the tight end side left. Straight drop. Pullig throwing toward Gross at the 40. At the 30. Inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, 27. Gross all by himself as he went in motion right to left. They had set up 3 wideouts to the right side, and then Gross in motion back to the left, and he caught that one all by himself. Almost lost his balance at the 35, but then fell forward to the Notre Dame 27 before John Covington came over to make the hit for the Fighting Irish.
Cliff Gross doing his imitation of the invisible man here.
And McElroy in a slot right. Greg Hill, the tailback, and it's play. It's going to be an end around to McElroy. Has a man to beat at the 30, 25, 20 down the sideline, out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. The official marks the 13. Leland McElroy right to left on the end around. Greg Lane on the stop for Notre Dame at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10, Texas A&M.
What they started here was the option formation to one side. They wanted to give him the option look, and then they flip it to Leland McElroy coming around on the reverse. He had to beat the contain man, but that was a lineman, relatively easy for the Leland McElroy, who was very, very quick. and he takes it down to the 13. The Aggies are on the roll.
He had to beat Brian Hamilton, a 6'3", 275-pound senior. I formation. Flanker left's in motion back to the right. Long count, Corey. Pitch it to Greg at the 10, inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Greg Hill on the carry. Pete Bursich, the number 2 tackler on the Notre Dame team, will make that stop. Split in left, Harrison. Flanker right, Mitchell. Split back formation. And again it goes to Greg. Cuts it back right. 5-yard line. Touchdown, Greg Hill! From the 8 into the end zone. Touchdown! And the Aggies have scored. 7-6. Here comes the point after.
Oh, this is so big for this Aggie offensive team. The Monkeys been on their back. Their 3rd Cotton Bowl in a row, and that's the first touchdown they've scored, and the Monkeys off their back. And boy, were they dominating in that drive. Mixing the run and the pass. Greg Hill takes it in, and Terry Venetoulias will try to tie it here with the extra point.
Starmy Case will spot it. The point is on the board. This game is tied at 3:56 in the first. 7-7, the Aggies and Notre Dame. Let's take a break. This is the Texas Aggie Network. Terry Venetoulias, the senior, ready to kick it off. Here it is, the classic cruise kick, end under end, again into the end zone, about 3 yards deep. And Johnson on the return, coming back to the left side, has a hole at the 20, now out to the 30. He is hit and is down at about the 30. They're going to give him the 32-yard line. He was driven back to the 30, so a nice return there by Clint Johnson. Here's first down and 10 for Notre Dame at the 32-yard line. They're 32. Play action. McDougal hit as he throws. He's throwing deep over the middle, has the ball down to Derek Mays, incomplete at the Aggie 39-yard line. Hit as he was throwing the ball and threw it away from Mays over the middle of the field, defended there by Ray Mickens. Second down and 10. Notre Dame at their 32, hash left. They come out with a heavy eye. They throw a screen out to the right side, goes to Becton. There's a clip against Notre Dame in the backfield. Back at about the 25-yard line. I think it was McBride, the tight end, who clipped Steve Solari.
Yes, he did. Solari had good containment on it, and he got hit right between the 9 and the 4 as he was reading his name.
A clip has moved it back. And they'll hand off. It goes to Becton again, the tailback across the 20. He gets about 3 to the 21-yard line. Jason Atkinson. Now here comes a third down play. Derek Mays split in left. The slot man is Lake Dawson. A single setback. That's a reserve running back, Mark Edwards. They have a wideout or a man pulled in close on the right side. And there's one of the Aggies offside, McDougal.
No, they're going to call this on Notre Dame.
Oh, he moved.
Offensive left tackle was moving prior to the snap, and they'll move him back another 5. Well, Lake Dawson will leave the game.
Derek Mays going to the right side. Miller is a flanker left. The tight end is McBride. He's to the left. They run from an I. Here's the third down and a bunch. And they'll keep it on the ground. Goes to Becton. Has a hold for a moment. That will close up as he goes to the 25.5-yard line. And that's all. And they're going to beat Adrian Jarrell, who has punted 12 times this season for a 33.2 average. He has the snap, and the kick is going to be a little bit short. It's going to hit near midfield, get a Notre Dame roll to the 40-yard line and be killed there. So not much of a punt off Adrian Jarrell's foot. He is flexed out to the right, and that will be a power line. And here is a throw, caught at the 50, and then it's incomplete. Fumble by Brian Mitchell at midfield at the 50, and they say incomplete. Didn't have possession, dropped it as soon as it hit him, and it'll be second down and 10. They went with a heavy eye off to the right side with Cliff Gross, and then a couple of steps in that direction to his right went Corey Pullig, and it's incomplete. Corey now, did he hang on long enough?
Well, it doesn't look like it. It looked like it was a good call as a no fumble and a no catch.
3 for 5 now, throwing the football for Corey Pullig, and 47 yards. Here's second down and 10. See what kind of adjustments Notre Dame made. We talked about the A&M adjustments on defense. Come out of the split back formation, and it goes to Greg. They're trying the left side. He breaks a hole. He's at midfield. He's across the 50. He's down to the 42, 41-yard line. There goes Greg. At the 41, Pete Bursich made the tackle, and the Aggies will get 19 on that play.
Just a bread and butter handoff to Greg Hill back to the weak side, running to the tight end side, and I don't think anybody expected A&M to come into this ball game and be able to run the ball as successfully as they have here in the first quarter.
Look at the schedule. They didn't have a lot of great teams rushing the football that lined up against them. And here's A&M, play action. Straight drop, Pulig now won't throw the ball. He does. It's Mitchell. He has it at the 22-yard line. First down, A&M. Down to the 22, Jeff Burris. What a pass by Corey Pulig. And just stayed in the pocket, looked down the field, and found his man, Brian Mitchell.
How many times have we said during the season what great poise this young quarterback shows, Corey Pulig? That time he held in the pocket, had good protection, and he waited for Mitchell to come open over the middle and hit him right between the 1 and the 8. And the Aggies have it 1st and 10 between the 22 and the 23-yard line in Notre Dame territory.
25 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the 25-second huddle clock. First down and 10, probably the last play of the first quarter at the 22, 1st and 10, the Aggies. Here's McElroy in motion left. Straight drop, Pulig. He's going to throw it toward the end zone. Had his man, and he overthrew him out of the back of the end zone. Greg Short was wide open to tie it in, and he just let him a little bit too much. We've got 10 seconds to go now here in the first quarter. That stops the clock. Aggies come out with a heavy eye. A slot to the right. Here's Pulig. Straight drop again, under pressure. He's going to throw the little screen. It's up in the air and then incomplete off the fingertips of Tony Harrison. Under a lot of pressure now. Pulig had to get rid of the ball perhaps a little bit more on that middle screen to Harrison. And then it's 3rd down and 10 at the Notre Dame 22. Hash left. Notre Dame was coming on the blitz. And Pulig now will throw the ball. And it is incomplete at the 15. He had to get rid of it.
That's right. This was intentional. He picked up the blitz, and he wanted to make sure he didn't take a sack. They're going to look at a 39-yard field goal here, and he didn't want it to be any longer than that.
Stormy Case will hold. There's the snap. Spotted out. It is blocked, and it's going to be recovered by Case back at the 35-yard line. Blocked by Notre Dame, and it's back at the 35. Recovered by Stormy Case on the block. Notre Dame gets it at that point, and time has run out here in the first quarter, and it's tied at 7. The Aggies and Notre Dame back in a moment. This is the Texas Aggie Network. Notre Dame 1st down and 10. They have a slot to the left. In that slot, that looks like Lake Dawson, but I can't get a good angle on the number. They have Becton, the tailback, here flexed right. They're going to run it to Zellers, the fullback. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to be dropped back at the 34-yard line. That'll be a 2-yard loss. First man to get to him was the inside linebacker, Larry Jackson, and then assist from Sam Adams, the 2-tackled Zeller, the big fullback. And again, they will go with a light eye, and it's going to go to, that's a new running back in the ball game. He'll be dropped at the 34, and I think that's going to be a reserve fullback. On the carry will be not a reserve tailback. Randy Kender had replaced Becton. Kender is 6'1", a freshman from Michigan, 205, 89 carries, 537 in yardage this season. And now a 3rd down. They about the same spot as the previous snap. And they return with their 2 starters. That's Zellers. He's the lead back, and Becton is the tailback. They have a slot right, tied into the left side.
Well, they've got an unbalanced line. Unbalanced line again.
McDougal under some pressure throws a middle screen, caught by Mays. He caught it, fell down on me. No, incomplete. They said he scooped it at the 34. It's incomplete. It's 3rd down. It's punt time, Notre Dame. 34 yards the last time off the foot of Adrian Jarrell. And this one's a nice boomer. And going back is Glenn. He may watch this one, and he does go into the end zone. What a kick. Last time the Aggies touched the ball, they had the blocked field goal. Prior to that, they will score. 1st down and 10, the ball's at the 20. They run from an eye. Mitchell had been a flanker left, is in motion back to the right side of the field. Long count Pulig. And it'll be a draw into the backfield. It goes to Rodney. Rodney hits the 21, bounces off one man, can get no more than the 21-yard line as he fell back and then tried to get it going again, but couldn't do it as he fell down. Bryant Young, the number 3 tackler, a senior out of Illinois, who is 6'3", 277, will make that stop. That's the average. And I'm going to check here quickly to make sure that all the starters are still there. And as they break the huddle, it is Matthews and Calvin Collins on the right side, Dexter Wesley and Tyler Harrison on the left side. And then over the ball is Chris Dowson. Here's play action. Pulig rolling back this direction. And it is off the hands of the tight end, Greg Short, at about the 28-yard line. Single setback and a slot to the left. Pulig drops back under some pressure, steps up in that pocket. Nice setup. It's dropped by Short at the 29-yard line. On a 3rd and 9, the Aggies will have to punt now. And for the first time today, here's James Bennett. James Bennett will punt the ball for the first time today. Here's the snap. And they've got the return on. This is a nice high spiral. The Aggies should be there on the coverage. Taken and dropped by Miller at the 40. There's a scramble for the ball. Who got it? Apparently Notre Dame feels like they have it. It's at the 39-yard line, and there is a big pileup of maroon jerseys and the white jerseys of Notre Dame. Miller caught it and dropped it at the 39. And they say Notre Dame came up with the ball. Notre Dame now 1st and 10 at their 39-yard line. Kevin McDougal is the quarterback, and he will shift the lead back. That's a new fullback in the ball game, and that will be Becton. He tries the left side. He is hit head-on as he lowers his head and goes to the, they're going to spot that at the 42. In the lineup was Mark Edwards, the number 2 fullback. Junior White came up to make that stop for Texas A&M. Again, Edwards stays in as the fullback, and the tailback is Lee Becton. He's the starter. They have a flanker right, split end left. McDougal, play action, sets up, looking over the middle, throws the ball. It's going to be caught by McBride, the tight end, inside the 45, down to the Aggie 42-yard line. So they go to McBride for the first time today, the tight end. Out of a straight eye, they break the slot right. Now they'll spin the slot man back in motion to the left side. Here is Becton looking for the corner, won't find it. The Aggies gain tackle at the line of scrimmage at the 41.5. Becton trying to find the corner. It did not work. As they got back to the line of scrimmage. Again, Edwards stays at the fullback position. They have a slot right. Tight end McBride is to the left side. That's the hash mark to the left. And McDougal, play action, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback sack. He's caught inside the 45 at the 46-yard line. Antonio Yosho Shorter just made the stop for the Aggies. Here's the 3rd down play. Come out with a heavy eye. Motion back to the right side. McDougal rolling right. Has some pressure. Sets up. There's a flag. Maybe a holding call. And on the sideline, incomplete to Lake Dawson. They said he was out of bounds. Ray Mickens there on top of him. And I believe that Notre Dame has been caught for holding on a 3rd down and 14. Ags probably will decline it and force a Notre Dame punt. Adrian Jarrell today, 34. His last was 66. Again, I told you that the Cotton Bowl punting record, longest punt, 84 in 1949 by Kyle Rote of SMU against, I guess it was Oregon, we said, on a quick kick, which we saw a quick kick this year. I think it may have been Missouri that pulled the quick kick against A&M. Don't see that a lot anymore. Here's the 4th down. Jarrell stands back at the Notre Dame 41. The Ags do not have a return man. The last time, again, he kicked that ball 66 yards and went into the end zone. Let's see what he's going to try. Straight up in the air.
Wow.
And let's see where it hits. It will hit at the 20 and get an Aggie roll back to the 23. Straight up in the air. He was trying for the sideline, or at least inside the 20, and hoping that somebody could go down and kill the ball inside the 20. But instead, the Aggies will get it at the 23 versus a touchback. Ryan Matthews stays in the lineup, and here on this side is Kevin Burns. So a new set of receivers for the Ags. Tailback and fullback, Hill and Detron Smith, the fullback. Handoff goes to Hill, tries the middle, bouncing it outside. Somebody got the face mask. There's no flag, however. They reached up around the face mask and grabbed him. There's no flag down. He stopped on a half-yard loss at the 22.5. Out of an I formation, 2nd down play, about 11. Pullock sets up, throwing the ball. Now starts to dance a little bit. He's coming back this way. He will throw the ball. It's going to be caught by the tight end short at the 35-yard line. 1st down, Texas A&M. Dancing, and then a couple of steps to his left, and Pullock will hit Sharp.
Well, Sharp showed Pullock showed great patience here, but give a lot of credit to Greg Sharp. Notre Dame dropping into that zone. The zone ran in front of Sharp, so he kept moving with the quarterback, found an open spot. Pullock zips it in for just enough for the 1st down. The Aggies have it now at the 35-yard line.
Actually, he's a flanker. He's lined up in the backfield. Out of an I formation, 1st down and 10 at the 35. Here's Pullock. Sets up. Let's fly toward the sideline. McCray trying to get there. He won't make it down at the 23-yard line. He drew coverage from Bobby Taylor now, who has checked in the lineup for Notre Dame. Here's Matthews in motion right. 2nd and 10. Play action. Throw it off to the right side. Detron out of the backfield at the 40. Lowers his head. Butted out of bounds at the 45. Close to a 1st down. Detron Smith. Bobby Taylor gave him the butt and knocked him out right about the mark needed for the 1st down, to be about the length of a football, shy of a 1st down, facing 3rd and very short. And how about Pullock again under some pressure as he threw the ball? One of the Notre Dame defensive linemen took a swack at him but didn't make it. Kevin Byrne is in the lineup now as a wide out to the right here on the near side. The ball has been dropped on the snap from center by Pullock. And where are they going to mark it? He dropped the snap from center on a 3rd down and very short. And it may be up. They're going to spot it back at the 44, 4th down coming.
Well, he was on the ground and he picked it up trying to move it forward, but he was unable to do it.
I formation, 3 tight ends, the power formation. And Corey's trying to sneak for it. Did he get it? They're going to spot the ball close to the mark needed. The officials running out on the fields, and now they're pointing. Here's the spot.
Oh, this is going to be close.
The ball has been spotted very close to the mark needed for the first down. From this vantage point,
It looks
I'm going
like
to
he
say
made
they
it.
got it.
Yeah, it looks like he's made it.
Come on, chains. Lose a link as they march it out on the field. It's stretched, and it is going to be a first down. 34-yard line at the 45. Come out with that'll be a light eye. No, it's a light eye, it is. Handoff will go to the tailback coming out this side. That's Greg at the 50. Cuts it back, hit from behind. Goes to the 45-yard line. Close for the first down goes Greg Hill. Bryant Young along with Bobby Taylor on the stop. Greg Hill, he picks up 9, second in the yard coming. Here's the second down on the yard. Pitch it to the right side. Big opening. Hill at the 40, looking for the corner. Can't get it. He's booted out of bounds at the 41-yard line. He was still in bounds when he was given the shot by Bobby Taylor. Nobody in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Hill going back to the right. They were trying misdirection. Everybody was lined up left side. Nobody behind Pullig. And then Hill comes around from the left to the right side, takes a handoff, and got about a yard. He's just shy of the 40 on that carry. Bert Berry out of Humble, a freshman, made that stop. Time remaining 6:20. Game tied at 7 in the second quarter. I formation. Rodney Thomas is the tailback. Long count, slot left. Pullig still counting. Still counting. And now what? Timeout? Nope.
The time is run out.
25-second clock just ran out on Corey Pullig. I don't understand what happened there. Where is the clock? Well, the clock on the far end that Corey was looking at is right underneath the scoreboard, so it's a 5-yard mark-off against Corey. Second down and 14 now. Move it back outside the 45. They need the Notre Dame 31 for a first down. Rodney Thomas stays in at the tailback position. Out of an eye. Set up at the pocket inside the 50. Throw the ball. It's going to be caught. That's Tony Harrison inside the 25 at the 24. Right over the middle. Bullet thrown by Corey Pullig.
Oh, and Danny McCray, number 2, running like a bullet right down the middle. He's the one who cleared it out. And Harrison runs the square in right behind him. You'll see McCray just went straight down the field, and Harrison cut right in off of where he cleared the lane. And a bullet thrown by Corey Pullig, and the Aggies have the ball 1st and 10 at the Notre Dame 24.
At the 24, we're counting down at 5:27 to go in the first half. Game tied at 7. They are operating of the Aggie offensive unit at the 24. Favors hash right. Matthews in motion to the short side of the field. And the handoff goes to Rodney Thomas. He'll hit a couple of Notre Dame defenders. Still driving them across the 20 down to the 19-yard line. How about that guy, Rodney Thomas? There's the second down coming, and about 4, maybe a short 5. Motion back to the left from Matthews. Handoff goes to Rodney, straight ahead. He's trying to drive for a first down. He'll be about a half yard, maybe a yard shy at the 15. Pete Versich, he's one of the better defenders on that Notre Dame 11 out there right now. Number 2 in tackles on the season. Matthews to the right, tight ends in that direction. That's Greg Short. An I formation. Byrne flanker to the split end left. Motion back to the left side. The handoff again. That'll go to Rodney Thomas, and I don't think he made it.
I don't either.
He hit the 15, and he is stood up and driven back. Not often you'll see Rodney do that. 7 on the huddle clock. Long count, Pullig. Pullig's going to throw the ball. He does, and it's going to be caught by Detron at the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown! Out of the backfield, Detron Smith from the 15, 4th and inches, and they hit Detron at about the 10, and he took it in untouched to the end zone. The Aggies lead 13-7.
Oh boy, Bob Toledo seizes a great opportunity. He's got a 4th and 1 situation, actually less than 1 at the 15-yard line. Great play action fake from Corey Pullig, held everybody in the middle. Detron Smith runs out to the flat, and he is wide open for the touchdown. A 15-yard completion from Pullig.
Here is Mr. Benetoulias, and the extra point is good, and the Aggies are up by 7 at 2:56 to go. In the first half, 14-7, Texas A&M over Notre Dame. Back in a moment. This is the Texas Aggie Network. They now have scored on a touchdown run of 8 yards by Greg Hill and a 15-yard fourth down pass out of the backfield to Detron Smith, the fullback. Here's Venetoulias into the wind for the first time today. Clint Johnson twice now has returned the ball from the end zone. Sidewinder, a little short at the 2. Here's Johnson to the 10. Looking for a tackle, stopped at the 20-yard line. Somebody picked him up.
Cole Reinertz again.
All right, somebody else. That'd be Larry Walker, I think. Larry Walker was one of those. Cole Reinertz may have been close. Walker picked him up and drove him to the 19, and they'll spot him officially at the 20. First down and 10, Notre Dame hash right. And they'll hand out. It's going to be play action. McDougal rolling back to his left. Throws the ball. Has a man. Lake Dawson will fumble. No, incomplete. He couldn't hang on. And it's going to be Aaron Glenn. Split in right. They come out with a light eye. And they'll keep it on the ground. Now it's going to be end around again. And here is the turn at the corner. There is a flag down. I think one of the Aggies got clipped. An end around to Miller again. That time it didn't work. They knock him down at the 21. They may take the play. It would be 3rd down and 9. Let's see.
Now the fullback Zellers coming back to clip Antonio Shorter. And this will be an interesting decision for R.C. Slocum.
Single setback. Becton, the tailback, is off to the left side, just outside the tight end with an angle back toward the line of scrimmage. Here's McDougal throwing the ball, and that will be caught. Great catch by Derek Mays at the 31-yard line. Up in the air with 2 Aggies on him. Aaron Glenn was one of them, Junior White the other, and he came down with the ball. Nice catch by Derek Mays. First down, Notre Dame on a 3rd down conversion. 2:10 to go here in the half. 14-7 the Aggies. And they're coming right back to the line of scrimmage with a quick play. Aggies are spreading it out defensively, and they are set before they snap the ball. A&M, handoff, goes to Becton. He is bottled up for a moment, squirts free. Now he's out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So they try it without a huddle, trying to catch the Aggies sleeping. Mays was bottled up for a moment, or excuse me, Becton was, and then finally got it to the 40. It's 2nd down and now about 2.
Of course, the clock becoming a factor now at 1:42, and Notre Dame with 2 timeouts remaining.
And again back to the line of scrimmage with a quick huddle, slot right. Single setback, Zellers the fullback. And they had movement on the right side of the line. Their right guard will move. That will be Ryan Leahy, who moved before the snap, so penalize them 5. 2nd down and 7 coming. 1:31 to go here in the first half. 14-7 Texas A&M. 2nd down and about 7. McDougal, play action. He's under some pressure. He gets away from one man. Now he's starting to roll to his left. He throws the ball. It's partially deflected by Lance Teichelman as they threw out in the flats to the left side, just over the outreached hand of Teichelman, and somehow he got a hand on it, and he deflected it some, and it hit right in front of the intended receiver on the grass. Split back formation, slot left, tight end McBride here on the right side, short side of the field. McDougal takes the ball. It's a straight drop. He's under some pressure. He's going to be sacked. He's on his knees, back at the 23 with 2 Aggies on top of him. Antonio Shorter and Big Sam Adams.
What a bull
Timeout,
rush.
Texas A&M.
What a bull rush from Sam Adams. The offensive lineman never had a chance. Sam, it almost like he picked up the offensive tackle and carried him back to the quarterback and threw him at the quarterback, McDougal. And he got help back there from Antonio Shorter, and the Aggies are in good situation. They've got a 4th and 20 situation for Notre Dame. 57 seconds left in the ball game. Aaron Glenn's going to get an opportunity to return this punt.
Dropped him back at the 23. 3rd quarterback sack today of Kevin McDougal. And the Ags called a timeout. They have no timeouts remaining now to stop the clock at 57 seconds and perhaps get an opportunity to do something here offensively before the end of the half. Adrian Jarrell has kicked the ball 34, 66, and 27. The Ags acting like they're coming. And he's under some pressure. The kick's away. It's sailing off here to the right side. There will be no return, and it's going to get a Notre Dame roll. And will roll inside down at the 25-yard line. A hit about the 35, roll 10 to the 25. Nice kick by Jarrell. And that is, it's going to be Greg Hill. And the hand is a delay out of the backfield to Greg. He's across the 30 into the 32, and they wipe out an official there.
That was the umpire.
At the 30, Anthony Peterson on the tackle.
So in the first half, the Aggie offense has already gone past what Notre Dame is averaging, giving up rushing for the entire ball game.
There's a 2nd down play, and it's in the backfield, and it's to Greg, and they read that well. He will be dropped on a loss back at the 26 by Jim Flanagan, and that's going to be the half. Aggie faithful here, waving the 12th man towels, giving them a standing ovation and a big yell here as they run off the field ahead of Notre Dame.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Leland and that's Leland McElroy and Billy Mitchell are the return men. Here's the kick, and it's going to come down to Billy Mitchell, a yard deep, and he's going to return it to the 5, behind the wedge, to the 20, cuts it back. He's across the 25. He bounces outside at the 30, has the 35, has the 37-yard line. There's Billy Mitchell. Bobby Taylor on the kickoff team for Notre Dame made that stop, but not before Billy returns that one from 2 yards deep in the end zone out to the Aggie 37. That's great field position to start the second half.
One of the things that sometimes as an announcer you fail to mention a lot is the importance of special teams, and the Aggies now with very good field position at their own 38-yard line. Also, we have Leland McElroy and Greg Hill in the same backfield to start the second half.
Split back formation. Split in here. Harrison on the left side. The flanker is to the right. Straight drop, screen. And they're going to pump it back the other way. And they'll throw it incomplete. They set it to the left, then threw back to the right. A fake left. McElroy had gone right to the screen in that direction, and it was incomplete. And under a lot of pressure that time. Obviously, the offensive line let some of those people get through. And it's a little deceiving to think that there was no one blocked because they do that on purpose, trying to set the screen up to the right side. And it was not a middle screen, more off to the right than it was over the middle.
But what happened was Ronaldo Wynn, the defensive end, didn't come in on Polik. He stayed back and was in the throwing lane, and that's why Corey could not get the ball to McElroy.
McElroy leaves. Cliff Gross is in the ball game. It's a split back formation, 2nd and 10. It's going to go to Greg, and he is going to get maybe the 39. That's a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. And Jeremy Naw will make that stop. He's a junior from Indiana, limited playing time this year. And Matthews goes to the right. We have 2 wideouts here on the left. In the slot is Mitchell. The wideout here, the split in, is Tony Harrison. 3rd down and 9. Single set back, Cliff Gross. At the 39-yard line, pulling straight drop, sets up, throws one. It will be in and out of the hands of Brian Mitchell at the Notre Dame 49-yard line. That goes incomplete. And now the Aggies will punt on this first possession. So not one punt in the first half for 38 by Bennett. They punted 4 times to Notre Dame. Good snap. They're coming. He got the kick away under some pressure. And it's kicked off to the right side. That goes out of bounds, but where? Oh, at the 49-yard line. That's about a 9 or 10-yard, maybe an 11-yard punt at midfield. Bennett under some pressure. Kicked that one out of bounds at midfield. So good field position, a 12-yard punt for James Bennett, his second kick of the day out of an I formation. The 2 wideouts visit here before they get into position. The Aggies making some stunts in the defensive front. Notre Dame, they're 49. And it's going to be a quarterback draw. It goes to McDougal. And McDougal will, after the fake, cut it up the middle and go to the Aggie 42. That's shy of a first down by about 1.5 yards. Looking for any changes in the defense. I don't see any. It's 2nd down and short. I formation. They're operating at the Aggie 42. They need just shy of the 41. It goes to the fullback, Zellers. Zellers has a first down at the Aggie 39. He picks up about 2 here. And now they have a 1st and 10 with good field position on this opening drive. They had a 12-yard punt off the foot of James Bennett that gave him the ball at near midfield. He's outside, right on the hash mark in that direction. Single setback, Zellers, the fullback, slot to the right. There was movement on the offensive line by Notre Dame before the snap of the ball. They'll be penalized. It will be 1st down and 15. They'll move the ball back to the A&M 44-yard line. I formation this time. McDougal, long snap count. Hands off to Zellers. There's a flag down. It could be a holding. Let's see the... and again, it might be a face mask against A&M. He got about a yard.
Could be an offsides. It looked to me like one of the A&M defenders here on the left side might have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Ball favors the hash mark to the left side. They operate from the Aggie 39. I formation again. Becton the tailback. Zellers is the fullback. Hand it off to Becton. He's coming back to the right side, and he will cross the 35 and go to the 34, maybe the 33, before Ray Mickens, the young man out of El Paso, comes up, a sophomore 1-letter. He was on our pregame show today. Is turned into one of the better defensive backs in the country this season. Has Ray. Leads the team, matter of fact, tied with Aaron Glenn in knockdowns this year on pass knockdowns. They each have 13. Glenn with 3 interceptions, Dennis Allen with 3 interceptions to lead the team in that category. Here's the 2nd down and 5 slot left. And again, it goes to the big fullback. Zellers breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, has a first down, goes to the 28-yard line. Junior White Finally made the stop, then joined by a couple of his teammates, but he made the initial hit. Blake Dawson and Clint Johnson wideouts in a slot to the left. There is a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield, and here is Becton taking a pitch, getting by the first man, getting it down to the 14-yard line. Stays inbounds. Becton took a late pitch from McDougal, who pitched the ball at the last moment as he was hit, and then Becton got away from the Aggie defender and cut it down the sideline on the far side of the field to the Aggie 15-yard line. That was a nice play.
Aaron Glenn in a position to almost intercept this the pitch. Somehow, I guess, concentrated more on the football than on the running back, because he had this play dead for a loss of 2 or 3 yards, but it's a gain for a first down to the Aggie 15.
Extra linebacker in the ball game. Junior White's out. Chris Colin is in. 1st and 10 at the Aggie 15. Hash left. Lead back is Edwards. The handoff goes to Becton. And that play slow to develop, and he makes it to the 12-yard line. It will be 2nd down coming in about 7. Split into the flanker left, 2 tight ends and an I, and they move that flanker in motion. And it's going to be a pitch again. It goes back to Becton, breaks one tackle, breaks another. He's headed for the sideline. He'll be dropped at the 2-yard line. That late pitch again goes to Becton. He's out of bounds at the 2. It'll be 1st and goal, Notre Dame on this possession. Again, this is set up after a 12-yard punt by James Bennett at midfield.
And the same situation, just missed tackles. The Aggies have these plays stopped, but they're missing the tackle.
2 tight ends, and they run from a straight T formation. They've got 2 fullbacks. Actually, 2 tailbacks and a fullback. Straight T. And it's going to be a touchdown handoff to Ray Zillers. From the 3, he was the right halfback and cut it back to the left just outside the hash mark. And now with an extra point, they will tie the ball game at the 10:21 mark here in the 3rd. They take it from their 49 and march it down the field with some big plays, one of which was that pitch by Kevin McDougal to Lee Becton as he hit the outside, and a missed tackle there as Aaron Glenn just overran the play. And the drive went all the way down for a touchdown for Notre Dame. And now the extra point from Kevin Pendergast. It's on its way, and he will nail it. The ball game is tied. Tied at 14 at the 10:21 mark in the 3rd. Back in a moment, you're listening to Texas Aggie football. Teed up middle of the field at the 35. He approaches the ball, and a soccer-style kicker will knock this one down again, and it will be Mitchell from the 3 to the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20 to the 25 and out to the 28-yard line. Another nice return here by Billy Mitchell. He actually tripped over a Notre Dame player who had fallen on the play out of an I formation. The lead back is Cliff Gross. Brian Mitchell's in motion to the right side, and they'll pitch it. They're going to Leland McElroy, looking for the corner. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 40. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's an Aggie first down by Leland McElroy. First down of the second half for the Aggies. Gives them 13 for the ball game. The ball is just outside their 40 from an I. Play action there. He needs a block on the backside. He got it. Now he'll throw the ball. It's going to be caught at 45, at the 50, at the 45. Out of bounds will go Cliff Gross out of the backfield. How about those Aggie fullbacks today? He's knocked out at the 40, and now A&M will operate in Notre Dame territory.
Well, the Aggies using play action extremely well. They fake the ball to McElroy and then roll the opposite direction, and nobody covers the fullback. Cliff Gross coming out of the backfield. Got a good block there from McKeon.
Here's the play, 1st and 10. Mitchell's back in motion to the right side, the open side of the field. Pitch it, going to the right. It's Leland. Cuts it back inside. He spills and falls forward to the 38. Deep, Leland McElroy. Cliff Gross are the running backs. The tight ends on the right side. That's McKeon. They're going to pass the ball. They will, out of the backfield. Caught by McCree. He's out of bounds at about the 30. That's close for a first down.
Oh, he's going to be about a foot short of the first down, just from eyeball range here.
See what A&M elects to do. Game's tied. It will be Pulig. He'll sneak for it. He has the first down as he goes to the 29-yard line. Corey on a 3rd down conversion. The Aggies now are 3 out of 8 in that department. Notre Dame's also 3 of 8 on 3rd downs today. And in rushing yardage, A&M now has gone to 94 for the ball game. Harrison split into the left side, and it is going to be a pass off to the right. Gross out of the backfield again. 25. Will he get the first down? He does. He's going to be close. They said he stepped out of bounds at the 19. Terrible spot. And he will be right about the mark needed for the first down.
We're going to take a look at the in-house replay here. Those of you who are watching the television can watch it with us.
All right, here he goes at the sideline, and boy,
It's hard to tell with the angle that we had. But they're going to measure
close.
this one. They're right over there. We'll see what they say.
And it is not quite a first down on a 1st and 10. They did give him the first down. They gave him they didn't give anything.
Maybe they felt
earned
bad.
it. The Aggies earned it.
Maybe they felt bad about that spot, and they gave it to him. But anyway, the Aggies got the first down.
And it's just inside the 20. Maybe the nose of the ball. There might have been a thread that was loose on that football, and it was just past that marker. So it's 1st and 10, the Aggies. Inside the 19. Come out and show them a heavy eye. Tailback is McElroy. Motion as the flanker goes in motion back to the left, and it goes to Mack. He's coming back to the left. Has some running room. 15. Can he beat him to the end zone? He's at the 5. He's to the 3. Leland McElroy to the 3. 1st and goal, Texas A&M.
This was a play that was designed to go off the guard or the tackle, a counter play. McElroy elects to jump it outside. You'll see the blocking here is designed to go off tackle. He bounces outside. He's getting good blocking from his receivers downfield and takes it all the way down to the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. That's his 4th carry for 16 yards, and he has a total of 45.
All right, in the backfield now, it's an I, but they have Rodney Thomas flanked out to the right. And Greg Hill is the tailback, and it's going to be an end around. It goes to Rodney. He tripped at about the 5, fell forward to the 2. Rodney set up as a flanker just outside the tight end on the right side, came back to the left, took the handoff between Pullig and the offensive line, and then about the 3, he tripped and goes to the 2. 2nd and goal there for A&M.
Calvin Collins pulling to with the kick-out block, and Rodney would have cut right off that block and made it into the end zone had he not tripped.
Gross is the fullback. Now here's Shorp in motion. Tailback is Hill. Hill looking for the end zone. He's caught from behind. He's close. He's inside the 1. 3 tight ends. Pullig. We got a lot of people up on the line of scrimmage for Notre Dame. Here goes Rodney. He leaps and he is over. And it is a touchdown, Rodney T.
Well, you heard Dave South predict this one. See if we use that leap play, and that's exactly what they called. Rodney Thomas leaping over center, came down in the end zone, and the Aggies have taken the lead back from Notre Dame. Terry Venetoulias lining up to kick the extra point, but the Aggies currently have a 6-point lead at 20-14.
What a drive. What a neat drive. Here is Venetoulias with the Aggies again in front on the scoreboard at 20-14. Mr. Venetoulias, Stormy Case, young man from Odessa Permian. Here is the extra point. Put it on the board. Mark it down. A&M 21 and Notre Dame 14. We have 6:50 to go in the 3rd. This is the Texas Aggie Network. Here he goes, and the kick is on its way. It's a sidewinder. Coming back here, it's out of bounds. He kicked it out of bounds at the 8-yard line, and they will have the option here of a penalty or taking the ball out here, at the 30, I think. They have Derek Mays, flanker left. They have a split in here on the right. Lead back is Zellers, and Becton, the tailback, Kevin McDougal, will hand off to Becton. He's trying the left side, and it's going to be Becton. Gets away from a couple of guys. Now he is caught from behind as he broke it at the 40. Gets out to midfield at the 50, a 15-yard run. Flanker again to the left side. A split into the right. I formation. Tight end is to the left. Goes to the full. Now it's a quarterback draw, and it will go to McDougal. Breaks the tackle, has a first down as he goes to the 40-yard line just across the 40. Kevin McDougal. 2 plays. They will go 25 yards. Flanker left, split in right, hash to the right, I formation. McDougal, long count, takes it. We'll hand the ball off to Becton again. Becton draws some Aggies with him all the way to the 29, picks up 31 to the 31, picks up 9 yards. Mike Hendricks again. They're going to face a 2nd down and 1. They have 2 tight ends. They come out with a heavy eye. The handoff again goes to Becton. Now they're going to throw the ball. Wide open is the fullback Zellers, and he will be out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. 18 yards, longest reception of the day on 3 pass completions. And here again is Becton getting the carry. He is going to fall forward to about the 6-yard line. Now this is really getting it in chunks for Notre Dame on a 1st and 10. They come out in that split T formation. And they'll hand it off to the left halfback, and that will be Ray Burris. Burris is checked in. He's a defensive back who has carried the ball that's Jeff Burris, who's carried the ball this season, has scored 7 touchdowns for Notre Dame. Again, that straight T formation. Edwards is the middle back. Becton the right half, Burris the left half. And it's going to go to the fullback, Mark Edwards. That's a touchdown from 2.5. And now with an extra point, they will tie the game at 3:48. Fela, the reserve quarterback, will hold. Here is the extra point, and the Aggies almost blocked that thing. Here's the kick. It's a end-under-end cruise kick. McElroy 2 yards deep to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 30, out up to the 31, and spilled at the 33-yard line. Out of an I formation with Mitchell in motion to the right side. And on the ground, it's going to be the handoff to Greg Hill, the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It in is short piece to the right side. And again, it's Gross and Hill. Play action. Pulick wanting to throw a screen. Now running for his life. Throws the ball back to the right side. Incomplete. Headed toward Cliff Gross. They have 3 wideouts to the right. Pulick is rolling in that direction. Throws the ball to the sideline. And it's caught apparently at the point needed for the first down. Who caught it? Mitchell just caught the ball at the spot needed at the 43 for a first down. Went out of bounds as soon as he was hit. Caught it and then hit and knocked into the Notre Dame bench.
Oh, an excellent possession by Mitchell. Ball thrown where nobody could catch it but Mitchell right at the sticks. He pulls the ball down just enough for the first down, and the Aggies are still moving the football. Great throw from Corey Pulick. Nice concentration from Mitchell.
And in first downs now, mark that one as number 18 for Texas A&M on the ground. It will go to the 45-yard line. Not a whole lot there as they try the middle of that Notre Dame front. 2nd down and 9. Hill is the tailback, and it's play action. Time to throw. Pulick now under some pressure. Got away from the first wave. Won't get away from the second. He's going to be spilled and dropped back at the 40-yard line. A quarterback sack, the first of the day for Notre Dame. Here is Pulick under pressure again. Dancing. Now he may run the ball. He'll be hit from behind and dropped at the 43-yard line. Had to come out of the pocket. Everything was covered apparently. Ronaldo Wynn chased down the Aggie sophomore quarterback. The clock rolling here in the 3rd. Nice snap. No pressure. And it's a great kick. It's a boomer. And it will hit at the 5, straight up in the air, and rolls inside down at the 1-yard line. At the 5, took an Aggie bounce at the 1. How about making up for the 12-yard punt? Here's McDougal. His 2 running backs are lined up in the end zone. They have a motion man, Lake Dawson, coming back to the right. McDougal looking in his direction. Throws under some pressure. Caught by McDougal at the 8-yard line. Last play of the 3rd quarter as the last 2 seconds tick off. Tied at 21, going to the 4th. 21 all. Back in a moment. You're listening to Texas Aggie football. 2nd down. Scoreboard says 5. First play of the 4th quarter. I formation, slot left, open side of the field. Ags faking the blitz here, moving some folks around. And it's going to go to the fullback, Zellers. Zellers has a first down at the 14-yard line. Nothing but power. They move straight ahead behind big Aaron Taylor on the right side of that offensive line. They are again 1st and 10 at their 14. Ags again cheating some people up on the line of scrimmage, and it's Becton once more. Becton spins away, caught, now finally dropped. Goodness gracious, he's got grease on his uniform. Line of scrimmage is the 13, and McDougal now will take the ball, and that's that fake on the end around. Now here is McDougal from the end zone being chased by Big Sam. He got away from him, and he fell forward. Sam got him around the ankles, and he fell forward to the 9-yard line. Got away from Sam. Sam then with a last shot at his ankle got him and tripped him up. They faked the end around, and then standing at the goal line, McDougal was trying to throw the ball deep. Line of scrimmage the 10, single setback, wideouts both directions. McDougal, he's being pressured. It's a screen set up to Lake Dawson. He's got the 20, he's got the outside, has the first down. He's on the sideline and now being chased by the Aggies, and he's out at the 45-yard line. A screen that will net the 45 on a 3rd down and 14. First down and 10 near midfield. Single setback again. And they'll hand off. That's Mark Edwards, the reserve running back. Will pick up 3 to the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 7 at the Notre Dame 48. Long count McDougal. Play action. He's looking back to the left. He throws the ball, and it is knocked away on a nice play intended here for Adrian Jarrell at the 35. Aaron Glenn knocked it away, and then the ball was in the air, and Jarrell turned around, tried to catch it again.
They moved. They finally caught it. I didn't think they were going to catch it. The tight end moved. Number 80. That would be McBride, and they caught him. It'll move him back 5 and set up a 3rd and 12.
Move it back inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. 3rd down and 12. Again, they need the Aggie 45. High formation. Split in right, flanker left. New tight end of the ball game, Kreplevich. From the pocket at the 35. Throwing back, and a reception and a great hit made.
Aaron Glenn.
The 45, caught by Becton, and Glenn was right there as soon as he caught the ball. And now it is a 4th down and punt time. Here's the Notre Dame 46. He's going to have time to kick it. Straight up in the air. It's off to the right side. And it will, look out, get out of the way, Aggies. It's going to go roll to the 36-yard line, straight up in the air, and at the 36 will be killed by Notre Dame. A&M 1st down and 10 at their 37 following an 18-yard punt. It's a pitch right, and it's bottled up. Greg Hill still can't get away. Drop back at the 25-yard line, an 11-yard loss. Tight end right. And it's a delay out of the backfield to Greg. Greg's tripped up as he crosses the 25. Got 3. Now 3rd down coming and still a bunch. 3rd down play. Single setback. And a trips formation. Here's Pulig. Still trying to get away. Still trying to look for somebody. Will throw the ball. And it's going to be caught by Harrison at the 40. He's fighting for a 1st down. Midfield. 50. Across the 50. He's down to the 46-yard line. What a nice play with Corey Pulig scrambling. And then Tony Harrison getting away from his man at the last moment to catch the ball, get it across midfield, and a 1st down to the Notre Dame 47-yard line.
In the same situation, Notre Dame completed a big screen pass to Lake Dawson to get them out of trouble. This time, give a lot of credit to both Corey Pulig and Tony Harrison. Pulig escaping the rush, but Harrison finding an open spot in that zone and getting away from his man so Corey could throw the ball to him, and he did a lot with it after the catch to pick up the 1st down at the 47-yard line of Notre Dame.
25 yards, now 2 for 46 today for Harrison. Delay out of the backfield again. Here is Greg looking for the corner on the left side. Now he's under a lot of pressure and will jump out of bounds back inside the 50 at the 48-yard line. Single setback now is Detron. We've got a running back here in the slot. I can't tell right now who that is. That was a wideout. Here's a pass thrown back this way. Intercepted at the 45, Notre Dame, by Pete Bursich, his 2nd interception of the season. An I formation, split in left, flanker right. Flanker's in motion, coming to the short side of the field. Aaron Glenn chasing him. Here's McDougal. He's running the option. He's looking for the corner. He won't find it. He gets about 2 yards to the 47. He would not make the pitch that time. Bags are moving Teichelman around. He goes set now on the left end position. They have 4 down linemen, including a linebacker. And McDougal may have called an audible. And it's going to go to Becton out of the backfield. He has the 50. He has the 45. He has close to a 1st down. Zellers is the fullback. Becton is the tailback. Here's 3rd and short. It goes to Zellers, and Zellers will have a 1st down as he's across the 45. 1st and 10 at the 45. Aggie 45. Again, he may be calling an audible. He has Lake Dawson in the slot left.
And he may be going to play action.
And they came close to running out the clock. They're going to throw deep over the middle. Lake Dawson. And it's almost intercepted, almost caught. At the Aggie 44 and a half. Hash right. Come out with a light eye. Going to be on the ground to Becton. Becton is caught behind the line, and then will drag a man forward as he gets to the 42. Now it's 3rd down and about 7 coming up. Antonio Shorter was one of the first to get to him. Becton, the tailback, is flaring out behind the tight end on the right in a single setback. Long count McDougal. Under pressure, can't get away, throws the ball off the back, and it's going to be intentional grounding. He threw the ball off the back of one of his linemen at the 45-yard line. The Aggies had him wrapped up. An intentional grounding against Notre Dame on the play. Jarrell, their punter, is at the Notre Dame 37, the line of scrimmage, the Aggie 48. Nice snap. Aggs were coming. The kick is a sidewinder. Going to get a Notre Dame bounce inside the 10 and will be killed at the 10-yard line. Right at the 10, it's killed right there. The Aggies are 90 yards away from a touchdown that would put them ahead. I formation. Greg Hill's the tailback. Cliff Gross is the fullback. Christausen is the center. Snaps the ball. Gives it to Greg. The left side needs a block from Matthews. Can't get it. They push him out of bounds at the 10. Now, why are they winding the clock? Because he went out of bounds. 2nd and 10. I formation. Slot to the left. Short side of the field. Now they break the I, and Cliff Gross went in motion. And they're throwing toward Gross at the 15. Fumble the ball, and it is out of bounds. Now the Aggies a split back formation. They have Gross and they have Hill in the backfield. Line of scrimmage is about the 8. Mitchell went in motion from the goal line. Throw the ball. Caught by Hill. Can he get free? Goes to the 15 on a 3rd down. He got about 7 on that pass out to the left side. 9 men on the line of scrimmage for Notre Dame. A little high on the snap, but it's controlled, and the kick is away. And here is Miller waiting for it at the 40. The Aggies are closing on him, and he got away from him at the 40. 35, 30, has a man, and he goes out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Miller got by him and broke it to the 23-yard line. First and 10 Notre Dame at the Aggie 23. They look to take the lead on this possession. Split backs, Becton looking for the left side at the 20, at the 15, at the 14-yard line. And a split in or flanker to the left side. And they try the inside and drop behind the line of scrimmage. Will be Becton back at the 16 with a hand on his ankle was Hurricane Hendricks. Zellers and Becton are the running backs. And the single flanker. And the Ags will hand off to Zellers. Zellers will not pick up a first down. He will make to the 14-yard line. Mark Edwards, the middleman. Becton is the left half. Zellers the right half. McDougal, the quarterback. Long count. Still counting. Still counting. Still counting.
That's what they were doing. Trying to draw them offsides.
A&M wouldn't bite. And a timeout with 1 second showing on the 25-second clock for Notre Dame. Ball is snapped. A little high. Kicks on its way. And he nailed it. And they take the lead at 24-21. On a 31-yard field goal by Kevin Pendergast. That is his 15th out of 20 field goals this season.
We've got 2 minutes and 17 seconds and 2 timeouts left.
Pendergast, squib kick. One of the upbacks will pitch it back to McElroy at the 20. Almost beheaded as he crosses the 30, goes to the 31-yard line. An upback took it, pitched it back to Mack, and Mack had to leap high in the air to bring it down. They break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage, and they will show a split back formation, and they will throw from a shotgun. Bullock takes it to draw to the backfield, and it's a nice hole. Ball is dropped and recovered by Notre Dame at the 41-yard line. The draw to the backfield. Bobby Taylor apparently has recovered the ball. Who was the running back? Out of an I, it goes to Becton. Sam Adams on his back. He got the 41 and pick up a yard. Here's the play, Notre Dame. Becton again. And caught in the backfield and back at the 43. Now A&M will call a timeout. Split backs, actually an offset. They'll come out with a heavy I. Notre Dame, 3rd down and about 11. McDougal to Becton. Becton fighting for a first down. Still fighting. Finally knocked down. He did not pick up a first down. It's the 37, and the Aggies will use, or will they?
Well, they're calling timeout down there, and I think they must have used it because he didn't pick up the first down, so that'll be their last timeout, I assume.
Bodies up there, plus 2 contain men. They're coming, and they didn't get to it, and the kick is a sidewinder. It looks for the end zone, and it makes it. That took 7 seconds off the clock. It'll be brought to the 20. And now it's first down and 10. Last chance for A&M at their 20-yard line. Corey Pullick, ball is snapped. They'll put the ball in the air. He'll throw the ball deep over the middle. That's short. Midfield, 48-yard line. Stop the clock now while they move the chains.
That's the weapon that you use against the double zone. The Aggies with 1 minute and 5 left. They're inside Notre Dame territory. And the clock stops on the first down.
1:05 to go. Now they'll roll the clock as the ball is snapped, and it will be shoved into the ground on that quick throw. Snap the ball, and then Corey takes it and throws it into the ground right behind the center to stop the clock at 1:02. McElroy, Gross, here's the ball snapped. And now under some pressure. A quarterback sack. He's down back at the 40. It will be second down. The clock's rolling, but they'll stop it here. It's still rolling. 55. He was sacked at the 40-yard line. Now the Aggies are looking at a third down.
And show some poise here now.
About 21 or 22.
Big play here. Show some poise.
40 seconds. Snap the ball. He was under center. Throw it back to the right side. It's Harrison, and he is beheaded, and it's incomplete at the 39-yard line. Out of the 39, stop the clock, 33 seconds to go. Tony Harrison's on this side. McElroy is the single setback. Here's the fourth down play. They've got to get it deep. It's going to be caught by Harrison. He will pitch it back, and it will be on the turf and picked up by Notre Dame at the 48 and then knocked down there. He was caught, tried to pitch it back as he was being slung around. They will lose the ball, and Notre Dame will recover it with 24 seconds to go. That's a design play.
It's a hook and ladder.
He is wrapped up and no chance at all for a first down, and he tries to pitch it back. And now Notre Dame will have to run one play, and the ball game is over with. But what a game it's been. The Aggies with a great effort here, but will come up short at the end by a field goal.
This play was there. The hook and ladder play, Leland McElroy coming for the pitch, and the pitch was just a little bit high. Everybody had come into the receiver. I think that was Harrison, but the pitch went over Leland's head, and Notre Dame will run out the clock.
He'll come to the line, he'll snap the ball, he'll go down on one knee, and he does, and that will be the ball game with 20 seconds to go, and this one is over with. They'll come to the middle of the field here with no more plays to be run, and Notre Dame walks away here with a hard-fought victory of 24-21. And we have our post-game show coming up next. The final score again today, Notre Dame 24, the Aggies 21. You're tuned now to our post-game show, which is next. This is the Texas Aggie Network.
A great challenge playing a team like Notre Dame. They had played this season, and with the exception of one last-minute field goal, had won every ball game and are arguably the best football team in the country. They beat Florida State fairly convincingly. And we knew we had a great challenge. I thought our team responded well in preparation. We had excellent workouts. I thought they came here and gave a good accounting of themselves. We were all just extremely disappointed that we didn't make the plays to win the ball game.
Corey, I think, showed some excellent poise. You could tell he had a year under his belt from last year.
I thought there was a world of difference in Corey Pulig today as compared to a year ago. A year ago, he was a true freshman, starting early in his career, and today he's still a young player. He's still just a true sophomore playing against a very good football team, and I thought he showed a lot of poise and really made some key plays for us.
Is there any kind of moral victory in the fact that we got 3 touchdowns, which is a heck of a lot better than what we had in the past couple years?
Well, we're pleased. I'm pleased with the scoring, the fact that we did score, but we're way beyond getting excited about playing someone close. We came here to win the game, and we're extremely disappointed we didn't get that done.
One last thing about a lot of seniors on this team and played their hearts out. You could tell at the end there was a lot of emotion. Chris Dawson was one showing a lot of emotion, and it was a tough game for him.
I couldn't be more proud of our seniors. I told them after the ball game that they had done something that would go down, that has gone into the record books and will be there for a long time. They won 22 straight Southwest Conference football games and 3 straight championships, and that's something they should be very proud of. I'm proud of them for that, and will always